Hi there, this is Amanda Hill from the Social Media Cafe. In this video, we're going to look at retargeting in a place you might not have thought about. It's actually on the box if you are sending anything out physically. So if they've purchased a particular line from you, why not put a QR code on the box that redirects them? Because once they've bought from you once, they're much more likely to buy again. And if you've got a reason for them to go and have a look and they're delighted with you, why wouldn't they? They may not be ready to buy now, but you might be putting them in a direction of where they're going to go and look again. Now, one of the reasons for this is a company that is clearing lines from a different brand. And they may well be using one of the third-party platforms such as eBay or Amazon to do it. Or they may be using their own site, but in a different space. This gives the customer direct links to other products they may be interested in. So, how do we do that? Well, we're going to put a QR code on the outside. Now that sounds a bit random, but let me show you what I mean. And we've been using this exceptionally well for building a list. So let's just pause for 2 secs and switch over and show you what that looks like, and then we'll show you how to do it. So this is the label that's going on the outside of all of our boxes for Unicorn Cloud. And it's a bit of fun, and it's just taking them to a space where their data can be collected. But we've been sent pictures from clients saying they're getting their pens out and they're going to have some fun with it. The downloads actually take them to somewhere where they're going to get a whole heap of other things. But what if we changed this QR code and this message? Perhaps we might change this to something more focused, but actually the reason this one's on here is it prints beautifully on the thermal printer and it doesn't cost anything in ink. So by changing the direction and the QR code, potentially you could be redirecting customers who are delighted with you to go and take a peek and potentially go buy again. So how are we going to do that? Let's go and find the product we want to direct somebody to, and there will be different niches, and let's go and put a QR code for that onto one of these. So firstly, I'm just going to pick the duplicate page header there, and then I'm not going to interfere with the one that's working, and then I'm going to do one that we can test. So let's go and grab that. So we've picked where we want to take them to. Now all we have to do is turn it into a QR code. So copying the link at the top and then going out to a space to convert it, such as QR Code Monkey, or it could be any of them out there, and putting that URL in. Then we can just tidy it up a bit, because I personally find this a little bit boring, but don't do too much to it, because if you're printing it on a thermal printer, you still want it to work. So I'm just going to tinker with it for 2 seconds and set some colors and put a logo image in it. And now I'm just going to click Create QR Code. So we now have a QR code to download, but what I need to do is test it at varying points by pointing a phone at it. So I will test it here to see where it takes people to. Then when I've printed it as a test print, I'll check exactly the same again. It's pointless putting something out there that frustrates your customers who were originally raving fans or delighted with you. So let's just go and do that, print it and download it and see what happens. So let's upload the QR code that we've just created. And then we're going to switch out this one. So let's just delete it. Oh, we don't want that to happen on there. Okay, so we're going to need to make it fit, and then we're going to have to change our message. So what do we want this to say, and why are we guiding them to here? I might just make that a tiny bit bigger. I do love Canva. It's really useful and intuitive for creating stuff. It also means you can hand it over to anybody and put all of your content into the uploads or into the brand assets, and anyone can access them. You can also work with more than one person on anything, and you can see them when they're doing stuff, which is a little bit odd occasionally. So I'm just going to change this message down here, and most importantly, I'm going to check that this actually works on here before we go and print one. So that seems to work. Now all I need to do is download only page 1, and I'm going to download it. It could be a PDF or it could be as a PNG, but when we print these, we found that they print much better as a PDF print. Obviously, you only want the first one to download and go print, test it on your products and see what happens. Now, obviously, if you are doing this as a tester, you're going to do a target audience. You're not going to want shed loads of them anyway, but clearly you are going to have different categories where you're going to want a different one. Now, we've gone with beauty lines on this. It could have been niched even further, right down to the specific product, and actually that's where the link goes on this. It goes to exactly what they've purchased, because some people are brow people, eye people, others are lip people, others are foundation. Some people even go for the whole kit and caboodle. You might have skincare people, you might have perfume people. Whatever the niches are, by directly targeting them to an area that works for them, then people are really happy that they're in a space where they feel comfortable. Once they feel comfortable, it's going to be down to product and price. But if you've got them there and they've looked, potentially you could have them actually doing another purchase. Ideally, you'd get their details with whatever you've got to collect that, and you'd look after them all the way through the journey to when they're ready to buy. But dependent on your audience and where you are, that could take a different type of funnel, and it could take an awfully long time. Some funnels are short, others have meandering paths, but whatever it is, I'm sure you know what your journey of your customer is, and just helping them nudge along the way will surely help your business to grow. Hopefully that's been helpful to you.